In this Bhagavatam study group, we will begin with some auspicious prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata-sevayā Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanaya Stadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Va Kalpita Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumartho Maha Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Matamidam Tatradharana Para Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanaya Stadhama Vrindavanam Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Va Kalpita Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumartho Maha Śrī Caitanya Mahāprabhu Matamidam Tatradharana Para. Hare Krishna, thank you so much for joining. We're so grateful that you're taking out your most valuable time in this age of Kali Yuga, which is meant of the age of Kala, fighting, quarrel, distraction, and material inclination. Spiritual inclination is very little or negligible, but still you take out your time for Krishna to do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Means a lot. And every class you attend, every Gita verse or Bhagavatam verse you read, Krishna writes in his eternal diary that my child, my daughter, my son was present reading Gita or Bhagavatam, and that Krishna is very happy. So we are reading Canto 10 of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, chapter 32, entitled The Reunion. And the gopis are back, or Krishna is back with the gopis. And we read last time, they are on the banks of river Yamuna, holding the hand. The breeze is nice, the mandara and the kunda flowers are blooming, the bees are there, the abundant moon beams, everything is very, very pleasant. And then comes the text number 13. And that's where we paused last time. Taddarshanalad viduta hridrujo manorathantam shruyato yatha yuyuhu saveruttariyai kuchuk kunkumakte sarve uttariyai kuchakung kumankite rachik planan asan atma bandhave. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Their heartache vanquished by the ecstasy of seeing Krishna, the gopis, like the personified Vedas before them, felt their desires completely fulfilled. For their dear friend Krishna, they arranged a seat with their shawls, which were smeared with kumkum powder from their breast. Purport. In the 87th chapter of this canto, text 23, actually we read this verse, I'm sorry. Yeah, we read this verse. The Shrutis were praying. We read, I remember, and we had a detailed discussion about the Shruti and the Smritis also, the two types of Shastra. Nonetheless, we are hearing the heartache vanquished by seeing Kṛṣṇa. So this is the symptom of having Sangha with the Supreme Lord. So all the impurities, all the heartache, headache, all types of physical, mental, emotional turmoils will be destroyed. So we read that very, very clearly, and then they spread a seed. So let's see further. Text number 14. Tratropavishito Bhagavan sa Ishvaro Yogeshwarante Hridi Kalpitasanaha Chakasagopi Parishadgatorchitas Trailokya Lakshmi Ekapadam Vapur Dadha. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for whom the great masters of mystic meditation arranged a seat within their heart, took his seat in the assembly of the gopis. His transcendental body, the exclusive abode of beauty and opulence within the three worlds, shone brilliantly as the gopis worshipped him. The masters of mystic meditation include Lord Shiva, Anantashesha, and other exalted personalities, all of whom keep the Lord seated within the lotus of their hearts. The same Lord, conquered by the intense selfless love of the gopis, agreed to become their boyfriend and dance with them in Vrindavan after sitting upon their fragrant shawls on the banks of the Yamuna River. Hare Krishna. So what's happening in these verses? Lord Krishna in the previous chapter was missing. And all the gopis, their heart was aching. Their mind was distressed. Their hankering for Krishna darshan, lalasa, their hankering, their greed was increasing. And they were praying. They were expressing spiritual desires. What if, or how I wish I could hold Krishna's hand, how I wish I could get Krishna's lotus feet, how I wish I could get the darshan of the Lord. And finally, the Lord comes in this chapter, in the beginning few verses. And then Shukdev Goswami, being an expert director and narrator, describes the scene, the moon, the flowers, the birds, etc. The beautiful scene is set, and as we read in the previous text, they took their shawls. Uttarai, the word used by Sarvai Uttarai. Sab apni apni uttari. Uttari means here shawl. They made an asana. They made an asana by their shawl. Prabhupada is translating that as shawl, uttarai, and which was covered with kumkum powder. So Lord Krishna seated on that asana, as we read just now in this verse, and the abode of beauty, the abode of opulence, seated on that asana arranged by the gopis. So Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur mentioned that Krishna sat upon the various seats laid by successive groups of gopis. As we read in the previous verses, in some places it's mentioned there were three billion gopis. But somewhere it's mentioned there were 5 million gopis. And we read this last time also that there were like countless. We cannot imagine. And we read in the last time like how the Shrutis, the Vedic scriptures, they desired to be with Krishna and they became gopis also, right? There are different categories of gopis. We know when Lord Ram came, there were so many rishis in the Dandakaranya forest, and they desired to be with Lord Ram. Hey, well, Lord Ram said, I have taken Ekapatni Vrata. Maybe in the next life, in the next incarnation or the next appearance. And then those became the Rishichari gopis. So now, how could Krishna sit upon many seats with only one body? Someone may ask, right? If someone gives us an asan, okay, Prabhu, Mata, please sit here. And then someone else says, oh, no, please sit here. Or someone else say, no, please sit here. Or we are one, and someone says, please come to my home for dinner. Someone else says, no, please come to my home. What can we do? Can we go do that simultaneously? Yes, no. We can't do it. But can Krishna do it? Anyone knows a pastime of Lord where Krishna did that simultaneously? Multiple devotees requested him.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I think Mataji wrote Rasa dance. Manjulali Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji.
It's a dance, a very, very famous example.
Yes.
Any other examples ringing in our minds?
Prabhuji, the Brahma Vimohan Leela, उसके पहले जो गोपास के साथ he's sharing the food, the dahi rice, I think yogurt rice. That Brahma sees that he's sitting with each.
Yeah. Like Brahma Mohan Leela is a classic example. Krishna expanded himself as many, many forms and then changed that form to the son of the gopis, and they all wanted Krishna to be their child, and then Krishna fulfilled all of their desire at once.
Prabhuji, and I don't know if this is a pastime, but they say that all the wives, the consorts of Sri Krishna, he is present with everyone. Is that correct? And I've heard that.
Yeah, in Dwarka, yes, absolutely. 16,108 queens. Krishna, it's not that day one Krishna will be queen number one, then day two Krishna goes to queen two. No, he is simultaneously present. In Rukmani, Satyabhama, Kalindi, Bhadra, etc. Another example which is coming to my mind, you remember this story? Krishna went to Mithila, the king of Mithila invited him, and there was a Brahmana, poor Brahmana invited him. The Shrutadev story, it comes in the Krishna book, very, very. So King Bahulashva and the Brahmana Shrutadev, I believe. So Krishna could go if someone invites us to two places, we cannot go. But Krishna went, and they both were sincere devotees. One was very opulent, rich, and other was not so. But both had great devotion. So Krishna went to the Brahmana Shrutadev, and Krishna also went to the palace of King of Mithila. So here also very, very similar connection. That's why Tatra Upavishato Bhagavan Sa Ishvaro. Tatra, there, Upavishata, बैठ गए, sit. Like Upanishad, Upavishat, बैठ गए. कौन? Not ordinary person. Sir, Bhagavan, Ishvaraha, that Krishna, that supreme controller, he expanded himself in many, many forms, and many, many groups of gopis were there. So, in order to fulfill his desires, the word Bhaga also means desire. So, Bhagavan means one who fulfilled the desires. Bhaga also means opulence. So it also means wealth. Therefore, here the Bhagavan basically means Kamavan. So he's a Bhaga also means opulence, right? Like six Bhagavan, like Vidyavan, Jnanvan, right? So here Kamavan. So generally Kamavan may not considered as very great. Like Dhanvan is considered good, Vidyavan considered good, Jnanvan, Viryavan, Aishwaryavan. But generally Kamavan, here we're not talking about lust, full of lust. You're full of pure love. That's an opulence as well. So Bhagavan here is more like Kamavan, one who fulfills the desires. As soon as Krishna's Aishwarya Shakti, Ishvara, noted his desire to sit, he manifested his Yogamaya potency. So Krishna, whose transcendental body is exclusive, reservoir of the manifold opulences like beauty, wealth, name, fame, etc. All these six opulences. And Krishna, with his soft smile and sidelong glances, he sat there to fulfill the desires of Gopi. Gopi Prasada to Gopi Parishad in the assembly of Gopis. So here, that Supreme Bhagavan sat in the assembly of Gopis. He took his seats, was the abode of beauty and opulence. And the Gopis were very happy because that's what they wanted. And Krishna, like we were talking yesterday also in text 9.29 or day before about reciprocal relationships. The devotee is like the gold and the pure devotee is like the gold and Krishna is like the diamond and their combination is very, very wonderful. Okay, so we'll read next verse, text 15. Anyone would like to read? Sheetal Mataji, you want to try?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Text 15. Sabhājayitva tam anangadipnam sahasalilekshana vibhrama bhruvam samsparshananenanka kritangri hastayo samstu ya ishat kupita babashire. Translation and purport by the devotees, by the disciples of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Krishna had awakened romantic desires within the gopis, and they honored him by glancing at him with playful smiles, gesturing amorously with their eyebrows, and massaging his hands and feet as they held them in their laps. Even while worshipping him, however, they felt somewhat angry, and thus they addressed him as follows. Hare Krishna.
Very well. Thank you, Mata. So Krishna is sitting right in the middle, and gopis are serving him in different capacities by in the Madhurya Rasa, by smile, by glancing, by looking, by massaging his hand, his feet, etc. So different rasas, even in Madhurya Rasa, even the left wing, right wing, both types of gopis are there, both categories. And then there is a slight anger also. So you see that generally this word anger is not used with service, right? No. But with gopis, they have a very special connection. I mean, with Mata Yashoda also, we use the word anger, right? He got angry upon Krishna. She got angry, sorry. And that's the Damodar Leela. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentioned this verse describes the actions of the gopis who did not want to submit to Krishna's advances. Glancing with explicit movement of their eyebrows, expressing their individual feeling, right? So previously Krishna had abandoned us, and now he has come for us to he has come for us for enjoyment. To hide their anger, they began to praise Krishna while taking his feet and hands in their laps. Anka Krita. Anka means what? Anyone knows what's Anka mean? Anka means lap. Krita means apni lap mein liya. They took Krishna's hand or feet in their lap. Pleased with the touch, Krishna's hands and feet, the gopis praised him. Ah, your feet, hands are extraordinarily cool, having relieved us of the painful fire of separation. So poetic. You are truly pleasing like the moon. Moon is very, very cool, pleasing, right? Who knows no distress or sorrow. After praising Krishna with such sarcastic words, the gopis became slightly angry. Even though their anger was somewhat reduced to the ecstasy of seeing Krishna, still a trace in their mind was there. And then they began to speak. So, this is transcendental anger. You want to hear what they spoke? Gopya Uchuhu. Yeah, would like to read? Let's see. Manjali, Devi, you want to read?
Hare Krishna. Text 16. Shri Gopya Uchuhu Bhajto nu bhajantya eka etad viparyayam no bhayamscha bhajantyeka etanno bruhi sadhu bho. Translation. The gopis said, some people reciprocate the affection only of those who are affectionate toward them, while others show affection even to those who are indifferent or inimical. And yet others will not show affection toward anyone. Dear Krishna, please properly explain this matter to us. Purport. By this apparently polite question, the gopis want to expose Lord Krishna's failure to properly reciprocate their love. They were very disturbed when Sri Krishna left them in the forest, and they want to know why he caused them to suffer in these loving affairs. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Well, thank you so much. You have any additional thoughts to share? Tika, Tippani? Anyone else? Yes, Manjula, you want to share something?
I was just thinking that how in our lives also we may, Krishna may put us in difficult situations and we may wonder why Krishna is doing that to us. So, similarly, gopis are also bewildered that they expressed so much love and surrender. They left everything and came to Krishna. And Krishna at first questioned them why they are here. And then, when they were at the peak of their loving affairs, Krishna just left the place, and they were so bewildered that why was Krishna doing that to them? And sometimes in our lives also, in our Krishna conscious journey also we may question Kṛṣṇa like that. And why is Kṛṣṇa doing this to me?
Thank you for the thoughtful. Because many people say, well, I go to temple, I go to, I do mala, I do some donation, I offer this, I offer that. Why, Krishna? Like, what kind of person are you? So 3 categories of people, gopis are saying. We're talking about reciprocal relationships. So what are the 3 categories here described? Some people, they reciprocate with affection to those who are affectionate towards them. Is that okay? Let's read it a little bit. This is an important one. Bhajato anu bhajanti. जो उनका भजन basically respect here. जो उनकी respect करता है वो उनकी respect करता है. भजतो अनु भजन्ति एका. तो पहले हो गया ये. दूसरा, number 2 is others show affection even to those who are indifferent or inimical. Wow. Indifferent, etad viparya. But others are iski opposite. That means they offer respect to those who are not respectful to them also. Okay? Indifferent or even inimical. And the third, yet others will show affection towards anyone.
Will not show.
Will not show. Sorry, yeah, that's what I meant, because otherwise it will be second and third will be same. Will not show. So let's maybe summarize this. I think it's important to understand this properly. So basically 3 kinds. Kya hua? So give respect and they get respect. Kind of, right? They give respect to even to those who don't give respect or even are neutral. The third, what is the third kind? They don't give respect to anyone, even if the other person gives respect. So they're asking Kṛṣṇa, are you in category 1? Are you in category 2? Or are you, or there's some, the gopis basically are saying, they're not saying, Kṛṣṇa, you are in which category? They'll ask maybe later. Please explain this matter. Oh dear Kṛṣṇa. The 3 kinds of people. Let's see what Kṛṣṇa Chakravarti Thakur says about this verse. Next number, it was the 16. This is a longer commentary here. Since Kṛṣṇa has put us, I just read some sections. Oh Kṛṣṇa, please answer this riddle of ours. There are people who respect those who respect them. Okay, category 1. Then their respect is conditional, basically. You give respect, you get respect. You don't give respect, you don't get respect. They respect expecting something. If you do not get that, no longer respect. This is called conditional love. Quite to the contrary of this, there are those who give respect to those who do not respect them. ठीक है? सामने वाला respect नहीं कर रहा, but we respect them. This second category. They give unconditional respect. Not expecting any results from themselves, they give unconditional love. तो पहला क्या हो? Conditional love. Good in, good out. Bad in, bad out. Tit for tat, basically. Second, unconditional. मार खाए प्रेम दे. Nityaṁ Mahāprabhu. The third type of people are those who do not respect anyone, whether that person respects them or not. Okay, so we should be in which category as aspiring sadhakas? 1, 2, or 3?
Prabhuji, that was exactly after listening to your explanation, that's exactly what I had a question in my mind, that in our bhakti journey, what kind of person should we be, you know?
Okay, that's a good question, right?
Yeah, very thoughtful question. And like, what should we do?
Prabhuji too, because it's also teaching of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Amananiya manatena kirtanya sadahari.
Yes, very, very important shloka.
But it would be interesting to see what Krishna answers, because it's posed for him, the question.
Nice, tricky.
Yeah.
His answer will be very tricky. Also, he's a trickster.
Yes.
But yeah, as sadhakas, and that's what our acharyas are teaching us. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's. He said, in Bhagavad Gita there are so many verses, right? Vidyavani sampanne brahmane gavihastina shuni cheva shapake cha pandita samadarshana. We should respect all. Respect to sabki karni hai. Even an ant, even a drug addict, respecting does not mean adopting their life or adopting what they are doing, right? Respecting a tiger doesn't mean we start feeding the tiger or start embracing the lion, right? Respect all, trust few, and seek shelter from bona fide one or two. So respect all. This is Mahaprabhu's movement. Unconditional love, Mar Khai Prem De. To love those who love us is very easy. It doesn't take a great person. To love those who love us. To speak good to those who speak good to us. इसमें कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Conditional है ना? But to love those who are not so kind to us. To speak nicely to those who are not kind to us. That takes greatness. So we should, easier said than done, but we should be in as far as possible in category 2. 3 ka to option hi nahi hai. 3 is like ungrateful. Someone did so much to us, well, bhad ho jaye, right? I don't care for you. 3 is that person is kind, caring, and we are spitting venom to them. So 3 is the worst in that order. Right? Other person is opening the door, kind, caring, and pleasing, and the person is not even, the person is harsh, like anti-devotional, right? It's worse. Even animals are not in that category. जानवर को भी कुछ खाने को दो, वो याद रखता है. They're grateful. They will not, express anger if we give them food. If we try to hit them, then yes, they may try to harm us. So even third is like less than animal life. Number 1, most people in this world are in that category. But as sadhakas, we should try to go up, right? So 3 is the lowest, then 1, then comes 2. And there are so many verses. Mandali Priya Devi is mentioned to become like a tree which gives shelter to all despite their status, right? Tree gives fruits, flowers, shade, medicine, so many things the tree gives. लोग उसको पत्थर मारते हैं, right? We all may have done in childhood also to, to get fruits and what. People hit the tree with and what does it give? Juicy fruits. This saint also, sadhu. What did Mrigari say? What did Daku Ratnakar say? Hey, I'll bind you. I'll bind you. You were reading about Haridas Thakur yesterday, right? You remember? Marketplace. He said, if Khand, my body, get into different pieces, but I'll not give up holy name. Oh, Kṛṣṇa, please forgive them. Someone is trying to kill them, and Haridas Thakur is saying, Kṛṣṇa, please forgive them because they don't know what they are doing. So this is our aspiration path and our mood. What do you say, Priti Mataji?
Prabhuji, I have a question. I feel to be in that conditional mode when somebody is giving you respect, love, you give respect, love. That is what we all are, I guess, right now in that mode. We are all trying to be in the mode of unconditional. But my question is, अगर हम unconditional बनने की कोशिश करते हैं और उस वक्त जब हमें hurt होता है तो हमें how should we come out of that? Like ऐसे मतलब क्योंकि जब कोई ऐसा करता है तो ऑब्वियस है कि हमें हर्ट भी होता है, हमें कभी गुस्सा भी आता है बिकॉज हम सामने वाले को उतना ही प्यार दे रहे हैं, रिस्पेक्ट दे रहे हैं, बट सामने वाला हमें नहीं देता है, तो कहीं ना कहीं वो एक्सपेक्टेशन रहती है कि हमने उसके साथ हमने तो कुछ नहीं बिगाड़ा, हमने तो रिस्पेक्टफुली रखा, हमने तो प्यार से रखा, बट सामने वाले ने वो रेसिप्रोकेट नहीं किया. तो वो एक्सपेक्टेशन को कैसे कम करना चाहिए, और अगर उस वक्त हमें एंगर है या हर्ट हुए हैं तो हाउ शुड वी कम आउट ऑफ दैट हर्ट एंड हील आवरसेल्फ. बिकॉज नेचुरल लाइक प्रैक्टिकल वर्ल्ड में बहुत बार ऐसी सिचुएशंस होती हैं, चाहे फैमिली के साथ हो, चाहे फ्रेंड्स के साथ हो, विद इन डिवोटीज भी काफी बार ऐसी फीलिंग आती है. तो हाउ शुड वी try to overcome this?
Thank you, Mataji, for your thoughtful and question full of, very, very practical situation. And hota hai ye, because we are not like pure devotees ki jo expectation ka jo barometer hai wo ekdam se khatam nahi hoga.
Right.
तो हम धीरे धीरे करके समझ सकते हैं. और कुछ एग्जाम्पल्स हम ध्यान रखें, जैसे कि ध्रुव की स्टोरी का एक क्लासिक एग्जाम्पल है कि ध्रुव को भी बहुत हर्ट हुआ, राइट? यू नो दैट स्टोरी.
Right. Yes.
सुरुचि ने उसको कटु शब्द बोले because he had just a simple desire to sit on the lap of his father, and the mother said so harsh words, and that like a 5-year-old, it was like बहुत बुरा लगा उसको. But then what Suniti told Dhruva is something worth meditating over and over again. कि basically don't think that कि सुरुचि ने हमारा बुरा किया है ना, कि like basically don't blame the instrument of our karma. हो सकता है कि आज उन्होंने हमारे साथ ऐसा किया हो, लेकिन पास्ट में हमने भी कितना कुछ किया. So this is a divine arrangement, right, which is set up, right? तो इसको अलग अलग तरीके से समझ सकते हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, टू एज यू सेड, टू हील आवरसेल्व्स, हमारा फेथ नष्ट नहीं होना चाहिए. लाइक कई लोगों को क्या होता है, फेथ ही नष्ट हो जाता है पूरी तरह की, एवरीवन इज बैड. इफ दे आर लाइक, कहीं उनका फेथ ट्रस्ट ब्रेक होता है तो सारे लोग चीटर्स हैं.
Right.
ऐसा मन में आ सकता है कि सारे दोस्त बकवास हैं, सारे फैमिली मेंबर भी बकवास है, सारे सब like there's no one trustworthy, and we may generalize it because 1 or 2 people broke our trust, our love, our faith, etc.
Right.
So we should seek and pray for good association. Again, we can respect all, even the person who hurt us. ध्रुव की माँ ने ये नहीं कहा सुरुचि को तुम hurt करो या फिर disrespect करो, ये भी नहीं कहा. Okay, respect from a distance भी respect कर सकते हैं. Right? We don't need to be best friends with everyone. We cannot be.
Right.
Some we have to respect from a distance. Especially knowing the good situation past में ऐसा हुआ है, so we can respect always from a distance also. But we don't need to keep that grudge in our heart.
Right.
है ना, वो resentment, वो grudge नहीं होना चाहिए. Otherwise, it will only block our healing.
Correct.
है ना?
Right.
मन में विचार आए तो think positive. Actually, that person helped me to become stronger. जो हमारा परीक्षा लेते हैं वही तो हमारी हेल्प करते हैं to become strong. हम कितना अनकंडीशनल लव कर रहे हैं वो कैसे टेस्ट होगा
Right.
जब कुछ विपरीत परिस्थिति आएगी.
Correct.
So in that way also we can see.
Yes.
They are somehow Krishna arranged them so that I can grow in my bhakti journey.
Yes.
मर्जी के बिना अरेंज नहीं होता, तो ये तो निमित्त बने, राइट? ये तो निमित्त बने. They are basically helping me to grow in bhakti.
Yeah.
This is a very elevated kind of thing. It's not that easy to think like that when things go not the way we want them to go. और साथ साथ हमारे को बोलते हैं एम्पैथी बडी भी होना चाहिए लाइफ में. एक दो अच्छे सिंसियर फ्रेंड्स, मेंटर्स, गाइड्स होने चाहिए जिनके साथ हम बोलते हैं दुख बांटने से कम
दुख
होता
कम
है
होता है.
एंड सुख बांटने से बढ़ता है. तो जेन्युइनली जो हमारे निस्वार्थ वेल विशर्स हैं, सेल्फलेस केयरिंग friends, well wishers, or you can also say like empathy buddy, who are open to hearing us, who are open without judgment, without. जैसे ध्रुव ने भी अपनी माँ से शेयर किया ना. So he felt relieved, and the mother also offered empathy. The mother also offered some practical solutions also. And then Dhruva became the great Dhruva, the great Paramhamsa devotee.
Right.
सोचो अगर ध्रुव की माँ, स्टेप मदर ने, if she would have not said what she said,
तो वो कभी जाते नहीं तपस्या के लिए.
Yes, and many great people, many great people have said that they achieved the heights they achieved because someone, someone kind of challenged
Yes.
them or criticized them, or they say you're good for nothing, you're like a worm in the stool, and get out of here. And then they said, अब तो prove करके दिखाऊं. So in that
Yeah.
way, it was
Yeah.
a good arrangement. वो उस समय थोड़ा, yes, it is hard, it is very disturbing, but in the hindsight, or when we look back, we will be grateful.
Right. Yeah, I think the key is to keep reminding yourself that, I mean, the examples जो आपने अभी दिए, the key is के हम अपने लिटरेचर पढ़ते रहें, अपना भक्ति करते रहें, रिपीटेडली वही चीजें सुनते रहें. शायद दैट, आई थिंक दैट समहाउ समवेयर विल हेल्प. जब आप कभी फिर से ऐसी विपरीत सिचुएशन में आते हैं तो तब ये एग्जाम्पल्स याद आते हैं और फिर ये चीजें शायद मोटिवेट करती हैं.
Definitely. It's like बोलते हैं ना कि जैसे मिलिट्री में लोग तैयारी तो हमेशा करते रहते हैं.
करेक्ट.
राइट, बट वॉर comes, ऐसा नहीं होता ओके ऑन 27th of August there is a war. वो
Right.
टेस्ट और सरप्राइज होके आएगा. इट मे कम नेक्स्ट मोमेंट, इट मे कम आफ्टर 2 weeks, इट मे कम आफ्टर 2 months, right?
Right.
So we are constantly preparing. This bhakti is like a war against Maya or the lower modes.
Yeah.
Like lower modes is tit for tat, right? But bhakti is preparing us And you said, Shastras are preparing us, Holy Name is preparing us, building spiritual strength.
Yes.
वो spiritual strength build up हो रहा है कि जब test आएगा, when test will come, we'll be able to face it better.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. And you're not alone, Mataji. Please, there
Yes,
always
Prabhuji.
support in every way, and we're all in the same journey. We are all like,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's not an overnight journey also. So be human, humanize your, give empathy to yourself also. That's also we are learning to give empathy. Empathy is not just about giving empathy to others. Empathy, we must give empathy to our own self. As we say, charity begins at home.
Right.
You have certain feelings and needs, and you have the appropriate right to share that in the right forum in an environment of trust and care
Right.
with the right people.
Correct.
Not as grudge or judgment, and therefore even if sometimes people ask this question, किसी devotee ने एक devotee ने दूसरे devotee को कुछ गलत बोला, and then if I am saying that, is it Vaishnava अपराध? It's an important ask, like a FAQ. See, what is our intent? Our intent is to self-heal and share, then it's not. But if our intent is to put that other person down, then it is. So if I share without even speaking names, or someone said this to me, I'm feeling so disturbed today. I was misunderstood. My intent was to help and serve, but somehow that devotee said something and judged me, and I'm feeling so bad today.
Right.
You see, आपने उसका नाम नहीं
Yes.
बताया. आपका
Yes.
ये नहीं है कि आपकी that you stop talking to that person, or they start thinking bad about that person. So a mature person will not tell, should not tell names.
Right.
Unless, but still, without even sharing that, I was able to express myself in an environment of trust with my circle of friends.
Right. Right.
That helps, that heals. And then someone just hearing that, oh, you're feeling disturbed, I can imagine it must be hard, right? You're not saying, oh, that person is very bad. He's a fool, right? So sunna bhi kaise hai, that's also, you're not judging him or not judging the person who is speaking. Oh, it must be hard. I can imagine. It must be hard upon you.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
We're all learning this actually recently, in the last couple of months, about non-violent communication, which aligns with our bhakti principles. So things, needs, empathy, self-empathy, all these are part of what we are discussing.
Right.
Is it okay, Mata?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank
Lot
you.
of points to take home.
Hare Krishna. You are very sincere, and from the last few years I've known you, you have a kind and caring heart towards all, and that speaks volumes about you.
No, Prabhuji, just trying to be a good human and a good devotee and follow Krishna consciousness. Just trying to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Your efforts mean a lot to Krishna. We're all trying. We're all children in this path. We're all learning. So keep trying. We're all trying, and let's help each other, support each other, pray for each other, encourage each other. And so that makes the journey happy and joyful, even in spite of all challenges and struggles.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Thank you. So 3 types of people we learned, 3, 2, 1, right? One is lower than the animal, right? Then one is tit for tat, and the other is they're always kind and loving, unconditional love. So Krishna, so here the gopis are asking, hey Krishna, tell me, explain this matter to us. It is like such a sarcasm, like transcendental sarcasm, like basically telling what kind of person are you, that's their intent. Hey Krishna, explain this to us. Please explain this matter to us properly, right? So, though not clearly mentioned, it will become somewhat evident in Krishna's answer. The gopis said, Krishna, please say, explain this matter. You should answer correctly, sadhu, without deviating from the subject. So this is the gopis' question to Krishna. You want to hear Krishna's response?
Yes, I guess we all are waiting for that.
Prabhuji.
I guess I have to wait till tomorrow then. This is like, we'll leave at a climax so that you all can come tomorrow and bring some more people. Because Krishna is trickster too. Gopis are trickster, but our Krishna is also trickster. He'll answer very, very, very sharply or in a very witty manner. And it's not like one verse. If it was like one verse, I would have covered, but it's a series of verses and it's almost 8:45. So we'll cover from text 18, right? Sorry, 17. What was Krishna's response to this tomorrow? Any thoughts, comments before we wrap up for today? Any questions, corrections, complaints?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I just have a comment that it's a very nice discussion because in theory, a lot of times we know what is the right thing to do, but it's the practicality of or applying that knowledge in our day-to-day lives. That is what, like, the challenge lies in there. So I really appreciate the Preeti Mataji's question that she had. And that was a very nice discussion. Thank you very much. Prabhuji.
Yeah. When I talk about the subject empathy, your name comes first in my mind, how you are able to empathize with people. That's very, very amazing. And you have it naturally in your life, and Krishna has given you that special ability. And thank you. Yes, this is a very important topic, actually, because so practically what I feel that yes, we should always have a few friends, a few close friends. Yes, respect all, trust few. So लाइफ में एक दो व्यक्ति जरूर होने चाहिए जिनसे हम खुल के सब कुछ बात कर सके, right? Like we have mentors, or we should have mentors in our professional life. In our financial life, we may take inspiration from some people. In our health/medical aspect, we may have some mentors whom we feel like it may not be like one-to-one relationship, but we may like certain persons lifestyle or yoga or some, and we feel inspired to do by seeing or hearing them. But much more important, these are all on the level of physical aspect, physical, mental. So these are more physical, whether you talk about career, talk about yoga, talk about food, talk about like parenting, kids. More important than all that is mind. In mind healing ke liye, we need good, trustworthy friends. If we can have devotee friends who have same mindset or frequency match for us, right? It's hard to find. pray to Krishna, so senses. And talking about, yesterday's point about quality and quantity, I was meditating upon that. And this thing came to my mind today. And I say that in the previous sessions also, because I've heard it from many, many devotees, that our relationship depends on the quality and the quantity of interactions. किसी के साथ भी देख लो आप. If you are speaking to someone once in a year or 30 minutes every day, sorry, 30 minutes once a year. So basically here quality and quantity, or quantity can also be said as a frequency of interaction, correct? So if you're speaking to someone for 30 minutes once in a year, on a scale of 1 to 10, how great would be the relationship? 10 is like excellent, 5 is neutral, and 1 is like, on the bad side, like ritualistic. Okay, Haribol, hello, hi, bye, right? If you're speaking to someone 10-15 minutes, साल में एक बार, right? What do you say? On a scale of 1 to 10. Will it be very deep? So think about this. Is my question making sense?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Again, these are my thoughts. I'm not judging. I'm not saying you may have a close friend, you may meet him once in a year, that's fine. But my thoughts or my understanding here is that that connection may not be so deep, right? Because it may be neutral, right? But if we are talking to someone more often, because we like to, because we feel that stronger connection, right? It naturally enhances the connection, the quantity and the quality. It like watching a 3-hour movie, maybe 3 hour, but it may not be good quality. So the point here is that the quantity of interaction also matters to enhance the connection, to enhance that relationship. Krishna को क्या चाहिए हमसे? What does he need from us? Or ask any good relationship. They are not looking for $1 million gift or any good relationship. They say, well, let's say the husband says to the wife, I'll give you whatever you want. The wife will say, well, I need your time. Is it not? Can we just sit together and talk for 10 minutes a day? That's more important than a diamond necklace. And right? Is that fair to say that? Any?
Yes, Prabhuji. I think it is fair. Yeah, but when I reflect on just my friendship with certain friends, I have like a group of friends which we are still together like since I was in 11th grade.
Wow.
So this is like a group of maybe it was 3 boys and four girls, including their spouses. So so far, like we are not able to kind of they are in India, 2 of us are in US, so we are not able to connect like we are on a WhatsApp group, but we connect like very infrequently per se as far as personal things go. People do share like what's going on, but whenever we do meet, there is a sense of connection. But that friendship has been that like good and kind of
Strong and healthy.
strong and healthy. And one of them, she joins the class also sometimes. So even if we don't talk that frequently, and if we are really connected after a long time, because busy schedules and whatever, like so, but still, like we have the deep connection, is what I feel. So
Very nice. That's Yashoda Mataji?
Yashoda, Prabhuji.
Yashoda?
Yashoda.
Sorry, I say Yashoda. I say Yashoda.
From school onwards, when we were it was like when she would introduce herself, people would immediately call her Yashoda. Initially.
It's nice. It's very inspiring.
Yes,
And I
yes.
think it also goes along with your nature, because you have such a strong nature to strong like empathy, which that's one of the fabric of relationships, self-empathy and empathizing with others. So thank you. Yeah. So quantity and quality both are required, and it helps. Anyways, I don't want to drag the discussion too much. Yes, Ravi Prabhu, I have a thought.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I know it's about yesterday that we talked, but I think Prabhuji, your point and Sheetal's point, both it depends on initial first bonding, and then after some time you didn't get a time or whatever, life took another route, and then you come back. But initially the bond was established. That is how it is being maintained, even if it is spoken once in a while. But then in you, what you are saying is like if there's no relation and then you only talk once in a while, then your point is very valid. And I feel and I experience also like, when the relations are not very strong or when you don't talk to the people that often, then the relationship doesn't stay that strong. So quantity here, it is a matter.
Krishna needs our time. So that was my point for Krishna. So if we want to strengthen our connection with Krishna, we need to give quality time, or quality time here basically means quality and quantity.
Yes. But again, Prabhuji, like, Satat Krishna, every sloka, everywhere we read in Bhagavad Gita, like, it's not only 2 hours of chanting and then 22 hours of not remembering him. Then also, I don't think it's going to be any fruitful. सतत भजताम जो है ना तभी तो प्रभु कुछ करते हैं तो remembrance has to be there all the time. To my understanding, whatever we are doing in the mind, his name should be going on or something about him should be going on. तभी जाकर के कुछ काम बनने वाला है. बट अगेन फाउंडेशन के लिए वो 2 घंटा काम आता है, क्योंकि 2 घंटा अगर चैंटिंग हो रहा है तो थोड़ा उसका इफेक्ट कैरी फॉरवर्ड होगा for rest of the day also.
Yes, absolutely. As Chaitanya Prabhu says this very nicely. There is something called direct Krishna consciousness and something called indirect Krishna consciousness. जब हम direct Krishna consciousness करेंगे, then indirect Krishna consciousness भी हो पाएंगे. So direct Krishna consciousness is like Shravanam, Kirtanam, like Arati, chanting, Gita reading, etc. It's like directly. And indirect Krishna consciousness is like driving for work, doing office work, getting grocery, cooking. Cooking can be direct also. Like it is direct if you're doing yoga, but like preparing lunch for the kids, lunchbox, sending them, buying their school supplies. They're all indirect, but that indirect consciousness will only come if you're doing the direct. So I like this point.
Yes.
Okay, so
और हाँ, मैकेनिकली भी ट्राई करने से होता है प्रभु जी. जैसे मैकेनिकली भी जैसे बोलते हैं ना लोग कि सब में पंडिता समदर्शिना, तो ऐसा जस्ट देखने को देखते हैं इसमें भगवान कहाँ से दिख रहे हैं, कैसे दिख रहे हैं करके, और नहीं तो फिर ऐसा सोच करके उसको फिर सेवा करने से भी वो फिर भाव आने लगता है. बिकॉज आई एम एक्सपीरियंसिंग लाइक इसे घर का ही काम क्यों नहीं हो. जैसे एक जगह मैंने सुना कि घर का आप झाड़ू पोछा करते हो, सोचो मंदिर का झाड़ू पोछा कर रहे हो. वही घर का काम आपका कृष्णा कॉन्शियस मैंने हो जाएगा, उसी आपको पार लगा देगा, बंधन में आप नहीं बंधोगे। तो उसको थोड़ा इनिशियली में थोड़ा लगाना पड़ता है ध्यान वैसा, और फिर धीरे धीरे देख रहे हैं कि वो ऑटोमेटिक आने लगता है। वही बच्चे, लेकिन उसको वैष्णव मान के काम करो, ये भी वैष्णव ही है, वही परिवार वैष्णव ही है, वही घर मंदिर ही है, तो वो फिर धीरे धीरे कॉन्शियसनेस में आने लगता है।
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, it's almost 9 p.m. So we'll pause here and continue tomorrow and see what Krishna responded to the gopis' question. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura ki jai.
Yeah.
Pattarubhyascha kripasindubhya
जय
param pavane
प्रणाम पावने भयो वैष्णव भयो नमो नमः।
Very good.